Well, good morning to one and all. We have been talking about T.S. Eliot's The Function of Criticism. In my previous lecture, we referred to the background of the essay. At the same time, we dealt with the part one wherein he talks about his views on critique and function of criticism. In this part now, we shall understand his views about, what Murray says about T.S. Eliot. Murray, I told you, Middleton Murray was his contemporary who wrote Romanticism and Tradition, the essay as a reaction to T.S. Eliot's essay, Tradition and Individual Talent, in the year 1919. Both the essays were published in the same year, and as a reaction or as a response to this particular work, T.S. Eliot wrote this essay, The Function of Criticism. So Murray believed that classicism and romanticism cannot go side by side. So we are familiar with the term classicism and romanticism. So you might be knowing that Matthew Arnold and earlier as well, we have Alexander Pope, Dr. Samuel Johnson, then John Dryden. They were classicists, rather they were called neoclassicists, and later uh, even Matthew Arnold during the Victorian age adopted classicism in his approach toward the study of literature. And T.S. Eliot, to some extent, is considered a classicist itself. And Murray thought that these two trends, these two approaches are altogether different. They cannot go together or cannot go side by side. Further, Murray, we are understanding Murray's views, which Eliot talks about in the second part of this essay. Murray further says that classicism is the future of French and romanticism is the future of England. So, this is what we need to understand. Classicism is the feature of French literature, whereas romanticism is the feature of English literature or England as a nation. And as he himself belonged to England, he is from England, who J. Middleton Murray, romanticism is more important for him than the classicism. That's what he says. Okay, he takes the side of romanticism because romanticism is the feature of England. Being a British man, being an English critic, he is on the side of romanticism. It is important for him. But Eliot criticizes this particular stand of Murray. This is a kind of orthodoxy. So he criticizes the orthodoxy of Murray. Orthodoxy means, to be orthodox means to stick up with certain traditions very rigidly. Sanatan, that is a Marathi word. So he has a Sanatan Vada. He criticizes the orthodoxy of Murray as he does not give significance to classicism. Murray does not give importance to classicism because he thinks that he is from England, being the English person, English writer, English critic, romanticism is more important for him than classicism. Further, Middleton Murray believes that tradition, which is the combination of literature and religion, tradition may include literature and religion, and morality can coexist simultaneously. That's what he believed. He thought that tradition, religion, that is literature and religion, and morality can coexist at the same time. Simultaneously means at the same time. Okay. But Eliot disagrees with this statement of Mori. To oppose this view, he says that we should either choose morality or spirituality. So, religion is all about spirituality, it's about God and all, His creation, and morality is actually something which is related to human society. So, whether we should be spiritual or moral, that should be our choice. We should choose morality or spirituality. According to Eliot, one cannot choose both of them side by side because Mori believed that morality and tradition can coexist, but Eliot opposed this view. Further, Mori believes that a critic should hear and follow a natural instinct. This is a feature of romanticism. Spontaneity, instinct. Instinctiveness means without thinking. If you feel like doing something, you do that. That is being instinct. So Mori believed, being a romanticist, he thought that a critic should hear and follow a natural instinct that he feels. And he thought that it is correct for him to follow a natural instinct is correct. That's what Mori believed, Mori felt. Further, he suggests that rules are made to be broken. You might be knowing, classicists emphasized on rules. If you study neoclassicism in British literature, you'll realize they emphasized on rules, they emphasized on rationality, they emphasized on objectivity, whereas romanticists emphasized on emotions, emphasized on subjectivity, individuality, because they were highly influenced by the French Revolution, wherein individuality had become the central feature of human society. So Muri suggests that rules are meant to be broken. How? By listening to the inner voice. Instinct means inner voice, what your heart says. Your inner voice should become your guiding spirit. And by listening to the inner voice that makes them unable to listen to the others, we can break the rules. So this is being instinct. This is a natural instinct that we feel like doing something and we do that. And this is a romantic feature. So you know it very well. Wordsworth believed in that. Okay. If you have read the poem, The Tables Turned states that you should not believe in the knowledge given by books. Rather, Wordsworth thought that the nature is your best teacher. You should learn from the nature. He asks his friend or a student who is sitting reading on the table, and he asks, throw those books away and just come out and see the world, how beautiful it is, and nature be thy teacher. That's what he says in that poem, The Tables Turned. So this is naturalism, and romanticism followed nature, a natural instinct. For them, individuality was important. So neoclassicists or classicists, believed in rules. But Moody, being a romanticist who believed in romanticism, who thought that romanticism is more important for him, thought that rules are made to be broken. Such free play can lead to doing what one likes, which means the emergence of violence, actually, according to T.S. Eliot. If you keep on doing the things which you like without bothering about the rules, without bothering about the social norms, what will happen exactly? There will be chaos. There will be a kind of violent atmosphere. So T.S. Eliot criticizes Murray's attitude for rejecting the dignity of others. Now you might be knowing that freedom is not something to trouble others. Freedom lies in respecting others' individuality. When you care for your own individuality, at the same time you should bother about others' individuality as well. But when you think that I should do what I feel, that means that you are rejecting the dignity of others. You are not giving importance to anybody else except for yourself. So this is a matter of criticism for T.S. Eliot. He disapproves Murray's attitude for rejecting the dignity of others. So this is how he comes up with his criticism on Murray's views as expressed in his essay, Romanticism and Tradition.